Hi, everyone. Lisa Haven here. Well, so many things are happening right now with the economy, not just here, but all across the globe. As you know, the feds have officially gave their wink and nod, if you will, talking about interest rate hikes. And inflation is going crazy. And then there's talk of war, rumors of war, potential World War III between Russia and Ukraine. And the average person, if you're anything like me, you're probably pulling your hair out because everything is getting crazy. Well, on today's broadcast, I wanted to bring on an economic insider, someone who knows what's going on. And specifically, he deals with things like Bitcoin, cryptocurrency, and some of the things that may be able to aid us during this disastrous time. So I've brought with me Guy Gottslack. I'm mixing his first and last name there. And he's with the company My Digital Money. And it's the first time that I've brought him on, and I'm actually really excited to have him on. So Guy, are you with me over there?
Yes. Hi, Lisa. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, thanks for coming on. For starters, tell everybody just a quick assessment of who you are and what you do.
Yeah. So as you mentioned, I'm Guy Gottslack. I run My Digital Money. I'm the president and co-founder. It's a self-trading platform that allows investors to buy and sell crypto in an IRA or cash. And my background is in technology. I have worked to help modernize companies through cloud technology and AI and now blockchain. And I wanted to kind of bring more awareness to retail investors about kind of the benefits of crypto and make it very easy for people to invest. So we started My Digital Money to really make it more approachable and accessible to the common person, common investor.
Well, that is awesome. I just love the fact that, you said a self-trading company and you can buy, you can sell cryptocurrency. And I think these are things really needed in our environment right now, especially considering what's going on. I want to show you guys a couple articles and then I'm going to get Guy's input on that. But here is the first one here. And this is on foxbusiness.com. JP Morgan now sees Feds hiking interest rates 9 times to combat red hot inflation. The Federal Reserve could raise rates at every meeting until March 2023. And here's another I'm going to throw up there, abcnews.com. U.S. Fed governor opens door to half-point rate hike in March. So as you can see, we've got the Federal Reserve talking about these rate hikes. Again, we've got that massive inflation that Biden is now telling us with what's going on with tensions between Ukraine and Russia, that, well, it's going to cost us a little more, or as he likes to say, freedom-ish. Costs us something, and therefore we're going to have higher prices at the gas pump, as well as oil, our energy, and all of these things. So Guy, with all that information, because you work in cryptocurrencies, how is that going to affect, say Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies in general?
Yeah. So originally, crypto was considered a hedge against inflation. So as inflation rises, there's a direct correlation and basically crypto price rises. But that hasn't held true. What we're seeing is because there's a lot of institutional investors and they're the ones trading the most, it actually has the opposite effect sometimes. So when there is an announcement of a rate hike, usually what we're anticipating will happen in March is that the price will go down. And that's because when the Fed increases the interest rates, that takes away capital from the corporations, right? And then in turn, they need another way to raise capital. And the one way to do that, since they hold a lot of crypto, is selling crypto. And so temporarily in the short term, I'm anticipating that the price would get affected downward from such an announcement and from any rate hikes that happen.
Well, the good thing about crypto is, you can do it long-term investments. It's more control in your hands rather than in the hands of the bank. I think we were having like a discussion on that prior to. And so the best thing we can do is, I guess, or one of the things that we can do for some of that money that we're saving, some of the stuff we're putting aside, is to take that and invest it in those cryptocurrencies, especially in light of of what's going on with the Federal Reserve, especially in light of everything that's happening with the economy. economy. And the good thing about your company, mydigitalmoney.com, and again, you guys want to get there and check it out. I can't encourage that enough, is you give people the advice on, or you say you send out alerts and let people know you should sell or not sell, or this is a good time, correct?
Yeah, so we actually don't give financial advice, but we do give a lot of information. And so we would send out, for example, analysts think that the upcoming Fed meeting might impact the price in this and that way, right? And so we give information that helps you essentially make decisions on buying and selling. We have a feature called trigger orders. So if you anticipate there's going to be a large spike or a large sell-off and the price is going to go down, you could set an automatic trigger order while you're sleeping to say if the price goes below a certain amount, then sell or buy. And so you can essentially benefit from what you perceive to be potential ups and downs coming. And the other good thing is you can have a lot of tax benefits by using an IRA. So you can create a self-directed IRA with us, and you can invest that in crypto, and any gain that you might have, you don't have to pay taxes until later. Or if you have a Roth IRA, you don't have to pay taxes on the gains at all. So you can do some swing trading when you have upcoming events in the news, like about rate hikes or global crisis and whatnot. But one of the good things is you can also get us on the phone, which is very, very rare. And so we have US-based customer service. So we help people sign up or just answer any questions.
And I'll have that number in the description box below if you guys want that. But here's a question I'm going to throw out your way. Is it better to invest in crypto than in, say, banks?
Yeah, so I wouldn't say at the moment it's necessarily better or not or worse, but I think we always preach diversification at My Digital Money. It's good to have a pile that you put into crypto, in my opinion. And that is because, crypto is decoupled from governments, or at least aims to be, right? There's still news that comes out, things that the government does will affect the price in the short term. But long term, it's not controlled by any government. So they can't decide to print more. There's a limited amount of Bitcoin, for example. There's 21 million total. There can never be more than that. And so that really protects you against mismanagement of the currency, right? And so I think it's a good place to invest some of your money, especially if you don't need to use it in the short term. Looking at the type of gains, hedge funds in 2021 saw it as the best performing asset, right? I think performed 250% gain in 2021, reported by some research entities out there. So I think that banks have their place right now. You can't just do away with them because we still haven't replaced the banking system with the DeFi, what they call decentralized finance, which is what this underlying technology of crypto allows you to do. Allows you to basically have people transact between each other. You can give a loan to someone else without having the middleman take a big chunk of that, right? And so I think it's good to diversify is the short answer.
I agree. Absolutely, we need to diversify. And something else that you said, which is kind of a key there, is it's out of government control. At least for now. We don't know what the future holds. Obviously, I know they're trying to get their hands into and tentacles, if you will, into that. And so I think that's a key point here is you could have gold, you could have silver, money in the bank, and even a little bit even in cryptocurrency. And that's the beauty of what you offer at mydigitalmoney.com. And the other thing is it's very important to have that diversification, especially in light of what we're going through right now with the pandemic, what we're going through and could be minutes away from, if you will, is tensions between Russia, Ukraine, NATO, the US, Germany, Europe, and all these talks of this, I've heard energy crisis, gas crisis, supply chain crisis, you name it. A lot of it is at the forefront. And yes, the economy is going to have impacts on all four of those areas, your gold, your silver, your banks, and your crypto. But that's the point I think we need to stress here is that you have to diversify. You have to have a little bit in everything because you don't know where to hedge your bet because so much is being thrown at us. And right now, while Biden and Putin have plans, or should I say Biden is Putin, poking Russia, poking the Russian bear, and he keeps provoking this war. And we can only imagine the economic devastations that could land in a country. And I think that's definitely a good reason to hedge, to have money in those cryptocurrencies. But with that, do you have any concluding thoughts that you want to share with everyone?
Yeah, I mean, I encourage you to learn more about crypto beyond just as an investment for making money. I encourage you to go to mydigitalmoney.com, learn about the different use cases that the underlying technology has and how it can reshape the financial industry for the better. Right now, you have this system of fractional reserve system where you don't really have, like, if I have $1 million in my account, I don't really have that $1 million. The bank is actually using that to make money off of it, right? And if I have crypto, I actually own that crypto, and I can decide if I want to lend it out and make money off of it, right? So you have more control in general, and there's a lot of use cases out there beyond finance too. You can have a lot of what they call Web 3.0 applications, where you can essentially replace the likes of Google and Facebook, big organizations that have all the power. So it's all about kind of creating more equality, giving more control to you. I encourage you to be as informed as you can, and in the next 20 to 30 years, as it becomes mature, you can benefit off of that, especially as the value of the dollar might continue to be devalued.
So how can people get in contact with you, the phone number, what they can call? And I'll have all this in the description box below. And how can they get involved with your company?
Yeah, so we're a phone call away. So you can always call us at 833-636-2008. And also go to mydigitalmoney.com. You can get a free crypto guide, which is a good place to start. It kind of tells you about how to get started and gives you some basic information. You can also sign up for an account and start playing with fake money. So you don't actually need to give your credit card, social security, or anything. You can start getting comfortable with trading, right? You just click, you put in your email, you open what we call a play money account, and you can start, you get $50,000, which is fake money, and then you can kind of invest in different coins and see how you do over time, just to get comfortable, right? And so we don't try to sell you. We basically are here to provide a kind of approachable, slow way for you to get involved and get comfortable.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for that information. And thank you so much for coming on. I truly appreciate it, Guy.
Thank you, Lisa.
And thank you guys so much for listening. All the information that he described can be found in the description box below. So go click on it and check it out. Go to mydigitalmoney.com and check out what they have to offer, especially in light of what's going on. Well, I love all of you. Thanks again for tuning in. I'm Lisa Haven, signing out.